Okay, how you doing, folks? I'm Tim Black. You're tuned into Tim Black TV. Now, this is dumb news. Russell Brand. Some people hate him, some people love him. I don't know what it is about this guy. He just rubs some people the wrong way. I think it's his accent. Or maybe it's the high-pitched voice he has. I don't know. So Russell Brand is upset about Philip Seymour Hoffman's death. He's saying he wrote an article. It appeared, I think it was an 800-word article. Go ahead, Russell. Russell Brand is a recovering heroin addict. Very important to know. He's a recovering alcoholic and heroin addict and has been sober, he says, for 10 years, but he thinks about getting high every day. Okay? So that's important to know regarding this. So he is speaking from a position of knowledge about addiction. And he says, Philip Seymour Hoffman is a victim and his death is a consequence of extremely stupid drug laws. Let's digest that for just a moment. He says that he's the victim. Now, you know what? I just posted a video today regarding the crocodile drug. You know, the flesh-eating drug. Please go see that over here. Click to see that. It'll open in a new window. You won't leave me, and you can watch that later. And in that video, I said those exact same words. I said that these people are a victim, but I didn't say they were a victim of the law. I said they were a victim of their addiction. And I think that's an important distinction, motherfucker. Okay. So I don't agree with them there. I don't think we're a victim of our laws. I think our laws further my victimhood in some instances. So let's see where Russell is going. Russell, he said that anti-drug laws add to the stigma surrounding addiction. I wonder if that's true. I want to know what you think. You know, this is one of the questions. I'm going to put that on the screen here, in the window here. I want to know if you guys believe that. If you believe that these laws add to the stigma of addiction. Is that where we get the idea that these, you know, you hear especially from the conservative folks, the really conservative folks, who say, oh, you druggie, you deserve to die. And you know, that's not only from older people, right? There are a large number of young people who feel that way. I've heard them on the internet. Now, I don't know if the internet gives them guts and gives them power, but I hear it. I've heard people making very, very screwed up remarks regarding Philip Seymour Hoffman's death. And do you think that stigma that they feel about those drug addicts come from the laws, the fact that they're illegal? Because that's where Russell's going with this. Check this out. In the article he wrote, addiction is a mental illness around which there is a great deal of confusion, which is highly exasperated by the laws that criminalize drug addicts. If drugs are illegal, people who use drugs are criminals. We have set our moral compass on this erroneous premise, and we have strayed so far off course that the landscape we now inhabit provides us with no solutions and greatly increases the problem. I agree. Damn it, I agree with Russell Brand. And I didn't go into this wanting to agree with him. I didn't read all this shit. I'm reading it for the first time now. And let me tell you, I agree with this point. I do. I believe that the drug laws that we have in place, they exacerbate the problem. They do not fix it. If the drug laws fixed it, it'd be fixed. We've been having a war on drugs in this country, in the United States, for what, 40 years? Not that long, Tim. 20 years. 30 years maybe. 25 years, okay? I think it was enacted under Reagan, which was at least 20 years ago, right? And we haven't won. Therefore, that's telling me that something's going wrong, so that's telling me we need to do something else. Let's see what old Russell says we need to say, or do. Let's see what Russell says we need to do. He added that it was unavoidable that people would use drugs and banning them makes no difference. He argued that prohibition creates an unregulated system that leaves people exposed to a drugs empire controlled by criminals. Russell's under the impression that our government isn't full of criminals. But okay, we'll keep going. He wrote, would Hoffman have died if his disease were not so enmeshed in stigma? If we weren't invited to believe that people who suffer from addiction deserve to suffer? And then it goes on to talk about blah, 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 blah. But baby, see, I got to stop you, Russell, because you're going too far, buddy. It's not all the government's fault that somebody's addicted. And I don't think that if you legalize all drugs that all of a sudden we won't have addicts. I think we will have more addicts if you legalize all drugs. Though I think that weed should be legalized in all across the country. All across the fucking world, for that matter. But I do not believe that crack should be legalized. I do not believe that heroin should be legalized. And I do not believe that the crocodile drug, the flesh-eating zombie drug should be legalized. So, the fuck are you talking about, Russell Brand? You know, because even if you legalize coke, there's going to be somebody who wants something harder, and they're going to go buy something harder. See, I look at the marijuana smokers and the weed smokers as sort of like these people who just enjoy getting high every once in a while. They smoke a little weed, watch a little TV, go their ass to bed. Well, eat some snacks, go their ass to bed. But a person high on heroin is not going to go to bed. They're going to be up. That's an very fucking addictive drug. So you're saying that your heroin, this is a guy. See, I got contempt for this. I do. Russell, you got me fired up, you fuckhead. Because you're a person who suffered from a heroin addiction. Are you trying to tell me that it should be legal for you to get heroin? This is my take. This is what you should rebut or support. Legalize weed. Keep heroin illegal. Criminalize the drug pushers. Do not criminalize the addicts. Look at that as a health issue. Unlock them. Get them into treatment. The money you save locking them up, you can treat them. You're spending $40,000 a year to lock someone up in your private prison system. You can use that money putting them in a program. That's the way I feel about it. I'm Tim Black. This is dumb news. And since I haven't done an epic fail for today, I'm going to have to give Russell. Nah, Russell didn't fail epically. I'm going to have to pick another epic fail for today. Russell, you escaped that. I appreciate his story. I think it was good. I agree with some of it, not all of it. Anyway, like I said, I'm Tim Black. I'm out of here. And I will see you later on Epic Fail. And if you haven't checked out my Epic Fail series, you're failing.